and this one we're going to do Photograph by Ed Sheeran. Let's jump right in. All right, here we are on Ultimate Guitar. You can find a link to this chart in the description, so go ahead and click on that. But one word of advice: in order to have it be in the same key as the Ed Sheeran recording, you have to go down to the bottom of the page, click the transpose +1 button twice so that it says transpose squared or transpose 2. That's going to put you in the key of E. That's the key that the song is done in on the recording. Okay, so now this is middle C right here. I'm going to show you several different things in this video. I'm going to show you the chords, I'm going to show you a rhythm you can play, show you all the different parts of the song, and then if you stay around till the end, I am going to teach you the little melody line that you hear on the intro. Before we get into all of that though, I do want to say a word. You may have heard that there are some songs that only take 3 chords or 4 chords, and it's this song. You maybe even have heard some numbers thrown around like 1, 4, 5, that sort of thing. I want to teach you something real quick, okay? So this song is in the key of E. Here are the notes that make up the key of E, okay? You'll notice the first note in the key of E is E, so we call that 1. If you were to make a chord on E, so this is your E chord, here are the notes. You make a chord on the E note, and that is an E major chord, so we call that E chord 1 because we're in the key of E, and that chord is made on the 1. So every time we play an E chord in this, we could say we are playing the 1 chord, okay? And then the other 4, there's only 4 chords in this song, okay? So E, C sharp minor, B, and A, okay? So now if you do the math, you count up 1, 2, 3, 4. A is the 4 chord, so we make a chord on the note A, that is the 4 chord. B is the 5 chord. And C sharp, it ends up being a C sharp minor because of the notes of the E scale. C sharp is what we would call 6, okay? So the chords in this song are 1, 4, 5, 6. And he does 3 different progressions or arrangements of those chords, okay? So the verse is 1, it's 1 progression. It goes 1, 6, 5, 4. And then in the bridge, he does 6, 4, 1, 5. And then in the chorus, he does 1, 5, 6, 4. So it's the same 4 chords, but he does them in different arrangements or what we would call progressions, okay? And that's what makes it interesting. It's helpful as a musician to think about those numbers and each part of the song because that's actually helps you differentiate between one and the other. You think, oh, I'm going into the chorus. That's 1, 5, 6, 4. Oh, I'm in the bridge. That's 6, 4, 1, 5. And the other benefit of this is that it helps you transpose. So I'm in the key of E right now. If I wanted to move, say, into a different register, because I sing in a different register, I could do it in the key of C. Here are my notes that make up the key of C, okay? A 1 chord in the key of C is C, a 4 chord is F, 5 chord is G, and a 6 is A minor. So you do the math and you figure out where those chords are in the key of C. Now you can sing this song in the key of C and it's more in your register, okay? So that's a little advice for you, a little mini lesson on how chords work and the number system works, all right? But now let's jump in and learn the 4 chords that make up this song. All right, I mentioned earlier that this is middle C. We are going to put our right hand here to play our E chord, okay? So G sharp, B, and E. And our left hand is going to do an octave when we get to the chorus. In the verse, it's just going to play this top E right here, okay? We're going to be down there, all right? And then the next chord in the verse is the C sharp minor, the 6th chord. We're going to do G sharp because we're already right here in this range. G sharp at the bottom, C sharp, and E at the top. C sharp as our bass. We're going to go to the B chord, the 5 chord here. Our B is down here. When we do the octave, even for the C sharp, we'll be down here like this. F sharp, B, and D sharp, okay? And then our A chord will be down here like this, A, C sharp, and E, with our A octave down here, okay? The benefit of using this different inversions is our hand doesn't ever even have to move, okay? Our pinky is always up here on the E and the D sharp. Our index finger is always right there around the B and the C sharp and the A with our thumb and middle finger and so on. We're able to get all of those notes without having to really move our hand, okay? So those are the 4 chords, E, C sharp minor, B, and A, okay? Now, let's talk about a rhythm. the rhythm of this song is typically downbeat, accent on and of 2, and then accent on 4. Okay, so you might do it like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, and that rhythm pattern happens throughout the whole song. So we may do in the verse 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Or if you wanted, you could repeat the top chord: 1, 2, and 3, 4, like that. You can choose, but you just have to accent that and of 2 and the 4. Okay, loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that... Okay, you can kind of see how that's the feel of the song, so you got to capture that in what you're playing on the piano. Okay, now another rhythm that you could do if you wanted is to expand it out. Okay, and now this would be great for like the chorus. Okay, you're going to jump down here, you're going to play an octave, you're still going to be accenting 1 and of 2 and 4, but you can add other notes in there. So like for the chorus, I might do this: I would hit downbeat on 1 down here with my right hand, or even the whole octave, and then I'm going to accent 2 here, and then the and of 2 here, and then 4 here. Okay, so it's going to be like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so at the speed of the song, it's going to sound like this. All right, so those are the chords, the rhythms. Now let's look at the parts of the song real quick. So in the verse, I would do something real simple up here. Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes. Okay, real simple. Not an octave in the left hand, accenting the end of 2 and 4. Now when you get to the pre-chorus, we switch to the 6, 4, 5, 1 progression. Okay, what you need to know about this one is you're only playing each chord for 1 measure. For the verse, for the chorus, you're playing the chord for 2 measures each. So on this one, the chords change a little faster. Okay, so like this: we keep our love in a photograph, make these memories for ourselves. Eyes are never closed, and hearts are never broken. Okay, you get to see you're changing chords more quickly there for the pre-chorus. Okay. And then it jumps into the chorus right there: so we can keep inside the pocket of your jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. Okay, and then that's when you kind of build up. Notice how it's getting wider. I'm covering more of the piano as the song builds in intensity. The chorus is supposed to be kind of the most energetic part. Sometimes the bridge can be, but most of the time it's the chorus. There's one other part of this song too, which this chord chart calls an interlude. So let's look at that real quick. All right, the interlude comes off of what it calls the bridge. I would actually call it all the bridge, but the first, what this calls the bridge, is more like the chorus in my mind. Okay, and then it goes to the chords of the pre-chorus, the 6, 4, 5, 1 progression, but it does each chord for 2 measures. Okay, so it's kind of taking elements from both parts of the song. Okay, and it's same rhythm or same rhythm that you do in the chorus. Okay, wait for me to come home. 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 So you can feel. And then it goes into the chorus right there. The outro is very similar. Okay, it does a similar thing, except at the very, very end, you just hold the chords. Okay, you're just gonna go: when I'm away, I'll remember how you kissed me under the lamppost down on 6th Street, hearing you whisper through the phone. And then it stays on the A. Wait for me to come home. And then his voice kind of just trails away there. Okay, so that's how the end of the song goes. All right, you've hung around this long. I want to now teach you the melody that you hear at the beginning, and then it also happens in between the verse or the chorus and verse 2. All right, the chord progression here is that 1, 6, 5, 4 progression that we use in the verse. And the melody you're hearing is like this. It just does that 4 times, okay? So E, D sharp, E, and then B, A, G sharp. And what you're playing on the downbeat is the note that makes up the chord. But you don't have to play the whole chord, you just play the note. So the first one is an E, so you would hit the downbeat, and then immediately after you play the melody I just taught you. So next chord, C sharp minor, same melody. B goes to the B there next. Does the half of the last one at the very end, okay? So again, one more time, walking down the notes, E, C sharp, B, A, putting that little melody in between. Loving can hurt. From there, okay? The last thing that I mentioned is it happens also at the end of the chorus, but you just stay on the E and you just do it the one time. So like this. Wait for me to come home. Loving can heal. Okay, so you just do the E. You only do the little half part at the end and then go into verse 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's a beautiful song by Ed Sheeran, and I hope you learned some special things that you can take away too. How to transpose, how to use numbers, some of the different rhythm patterns that you can use throughout this song. Take a moment, if you would, jump over to Amazon, check out my book, A Piano Chord Book you can actually use. A great resource as you learn how to play the piano. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what videos you would like me to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.